Let's go back to that developing story that we've been following for days. Friday, a judge downstate issuing a ruling saying state mask mandates do not have to be enforced at certain school districts. For more on what this ruling really means, we're joined by Chicago College of Law School professor Harold Krent. Whole lot of confusion going on. Kids staying home today last minute. Professor, can you lay it out? What does this mean and who does it affect?
The confusion is evident from the opinion itself because it's not really clear in terms of the limitations that it imposes. The injunction is not extended to the entire state. It's only to about 170 school districts who were listed as the defendants. But right now, at least until this TRO was appealed, and it has been appealed, right now those districts at least are not allowed to impose a mask restriction or a vaccine restriction based upon the emergency order issued by the governor. There may be other avenues, which I'm happy to go into, but at least in terms of the governor's emergency order is no longer valid until the appeal goes forward.
So right now the governor is asking the Attorney General, Kwame Raoul, to appeal. To change this. Is that the best way to do it, or should we leave it up? Should he leave it up to the districts to decide? I mean, this gets really murky.
It is murky. The districts may have a residual authority on their own, to issue a mask mandate or a vaccine mandate, given their own policy. The judge cast doubt upon it, but the judge did not rule on it. But the clear routes are the legislature could enter the fray. Again, unlikely, but it's possible. So practically, Attorney General Raoul's appeal is the most likely way that this will get resolved in the near future.
In the meantime, schools are wondering, should we send, parents are wondering, should we send our kids to these schools? Schools are wondering, should we stay open? Should we close down, which happened today in Geneva and some other districts. So, and this, you're talking about the legislature, this could take time.
And that's why I think the appeal is the most likely route. Obviously, if you're a school district, you have to try to comply with this court order, but you can go on your own. If you think that the health and welfare of your students are best served by a mask mandate, you can come up with your own order apart from the authority that the governor exercised and take a risk yourself, and I'm sure some school districts will do that. One other little note, this decision does not cover any kind of collective bargaining agreement under which teachers may have to wear masks. But obviously, it does cover students.
So this is strictly for students because it was a lawsuit that parents in these districts filed. So we're just talking about students and not talking about parents. And also, we should say that the Chicago teachers, Chicago Public Schools, the Chicago Teachers Union, this doesn't involve them really because they came up with their own decision on how to deal with it, right?
I think it would involve their students, except for the fact that the Chicago School District will say they have, again, inherent authority or separate authority to order these requirements itself. And that is really up to each school district. Do they want to take a chance and sort of buck the kind of precedent set by this court and decide that irrespective of what the state does, it's in the best interest of their own students, their own faculty to require wearing masks.
So, Professor, for those watching today, those school districts, those principals who are watching today, those superintendents, and for the parents who are watching from these various districts, what do you suggest they do? Go to school tomorrow and then leave it up to the parents to decide until something has come, as far as Illinois is concerned in those districts?
So there will not be, appeal will not be resolved for, at least a week.
Okay.
So we have some time left over, at least most likely. I think the school districts have to communicate to their students and their faculty and tell them what they want to do. If they think it's really important to have a mask mandate, say we're going to do it. We're going to base it on different authority than the governor's emergency order. And if they don't, they'll say, we'll follow the order of the court until it's appealed, which should be in due course.
All right. Chicago Kent College School of Law professor Harold Krent, thank you so much. Be safe, be well.
Thank you.